Our next honorees have given so much to Action for Children over the years. They have served as past presidents, board members, fundraisers, and advocates. They've taught Action for Children how to be gracious, how to be determined, and how to never take no for an answer. Please watch on the screens.
Mary Lazarus. She is the quintessential community advocate, and young children have long been the primary beneficiaries of her volunteer work. A past president of our board, Mary made advocacy a priority for Action for Children. We are pleased to honor tonight Mary Lazarus.
She was tenacious, lovely, gracious, and she just cared about this issue so much, and had a real passion for it. She was sort of one of those grand women that I think of. I think of people like Eleanor Roosevelt and other women who sort of paved the way. The circle of women that Action for Children started about 15 years ago was based on a Native American idea of 7 generations of women. In other words, you're influenced back by several generations and you influence forward by several generations. Women who gave of their time and their resources to support the idea of early childhood education. If we don't have policies that are child-friendly and family-friendly, we're not going to get anywhere, and we need to influence that. We need to have our voices heard.
Sue Doody is known throughout the community for her wonderful creation, Lindy's, but she's also been part of the Action for Children story since the beginning. Sue helped create the 7 Generations Circle of Women. A past board member, Sue Doody is our next honoree.
I had the first fundraiser for Action for Children in my garage. Everybody just brought their sort of stuff that they don't use anymore, and I have a 3-car garage, so we set everything up in there and then advertised it, and I think we were mostly buying from each other. But we did make a few $100s, and that was sort of the beginning. It was a great group of women, and we all believed that there was a necessity for early childhood care. Action for Children has gone from just child care into child development. I think we did open a door. We did open the idea that there was a need for this.
A dedicated community volunteer, Floradelle Pfahl was instrumental in convincing a skeptical community that expanded childcare was needed so low-income mothers could go back to work, and so all children could have access to quality care and learning experiences. We are pleased to honor tonight one of Action for Children's early supporters, Floradelle Pfahl.
When C asked me to be a part of Action for Children, I said, "What is that, C? And what are you going to do?" And I was just surprised that we were going to go out and train daycare providers. Action for Children has come a long, long way from its beginning, and it was struggling with the community that didn't understand daycare and the need for it. And today, the things they are doing and the funding they get from so many different sources in order to do that, and the great leadership that Diane has brought to the organization just makes me very, very proud to have been part of Action for Children from the very beginning.
She was an early board member, and she continues to serve on the board today as an emeritus board member. For nearly 40 years, Muriel Tice has been a steady, committed, positive force for young children in their most formative years. We are pleased to honor Muriel Tice.
There became an awareness in the community that families were changing, that there was a need for something like childcare because women were going back to work. I think at that time the awareness in the educational field became much more pointed toward the fact that early education set the stage for all the education that came afterward. You have to look to sources when it comes to trying to improve what comes next. And this is the seed. Action for Children provides the seed and the possibility for improvement.
You know, I have to stop for just a second because Sue Doody has become such a dear friend to me over the years. She's one of those people that I think she's just an example of the women that we've just heard from. I went to her just a little bit ago and said, I'm co-chairing Art for Life this year, and we may be calling on you once again. She said, oh, okay. And that never hesitates to support. And I looked out here and saw my friend Loanne Crane here too. And these women, Muriel, Mary, Sue, Floradelle, and Loanne, were leading this community when women were not known as leaders. So can we please give these women a round of applause?